All right, I am now live on all the places.
Let's rock this jump!
Hiya!
Is that from Three Ninjas?
It is from Three Ninjas. The movie Paul claims he doesn't like, but he likes it well enough. He plays that sound all the time.
Did I watch Three Ninjas with you, husband?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You had it on, but I don't remember watching.
Oh, well then you lucked out.
What? No, not at all.
Add it to the list.
Exactly.
So many things on the list.
Not enough things on the list.
Your list is a
That's
mile
right. That's
long.
right.
Okay, then I think we are good to go from everything I can tell. So, Paul, would you pray over us, please?
Lord God, thank you so much for this day that you have made. May we all rejoice and be glad in it, and may the people be entertained, but you especially, and given all the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you,
Amen.
Okay, now I'm going to take 5 seconds of sort of silence. Don't mute yourselves or anything, but I needed to remove your sort of ambient floor noise later. So we're going to start that now.
I'd piss on a spark.
Sorry, wrong one.
This is what happens. Welcome to the
Said
madness.
silence.
All right.
Shall we play a game?
I've seen that movie.
Ooh, war games. That's a good one.
Lock on and fire!
All right, thank you.
What kind of Power Rangers? Let's do it!
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Objection!
Objection? You have an objection?
No, not that early. It's all right. It's all
I
right. It's all
want
good.
someone to have like a clip of Tommy Lee Jones going, "I don't care" from The Fugitive.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I imagine
Oh, I
Paul-
have actually.
Malicious compliance fix.
Because gosh, I
Hold
love
on,
that.
because you asked for it. This one's for you, Ashley.
Yay.
Hey, Tommy, this stream is sponsored by PaulJPowers.com.
I don't care!
There it is.
I don't care.
I don't care.
That's a good movie that I've only seen once.
All right, let's.
Classic.
If you guys are ready to actually start the podcast, thumbs up, please.
Just a curiosity.
yeah.
Do you have the sound effect for the end of the intro, or because I do? If you don't,
No, I don't. If you could play it, that'd be fantastic.
yeah, I got you. I got you
Awesome,
then.
Awesome. Okay. And then, oh wait, hold on. I just realized I was about to Adam's Family Values this thing.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, fudge.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And one more thing to sort of preempt and preamble, because there's not enough of those. During several of the bumpers that happen between the different segments, you guys, Paul and Aki and everyone on your guys' streams will not be able to hear or see what's going on. You'll just see me be quiet. So just wait until I will kick us back into it, but I'm waiting for it to be done on my end. So just be aware of that. Okay, now
Sounds great.
Apparently,
So they're-
your bumpers are super exclusive, husband.
they are. If you want to see these cool bumpers, go have Aki up here and then Retro Rewind Pod over here, and then you could see
Yeah.
everything.
Silly man. silly husband.
You're full of beans and so's your old man.
Just stop it with the Sandlot stuff. Oh wait, no, that's the Christmas story. Dang it!
Yeah, no. Sandlot.
Now
you're
what we
killing me.
have here is a failure to communicate.
Something like that. Okay, then here we go. We're just gonna start the podcast in 5, 4, 3.
Okay.
Did you think you're right?
I don't know if we're ready, but
Okay.
go for it.
Just so people watching are like, what's going on? The subtext for this is me and Paul are back in college. So we're doing a little skit of us back in college right now.
Ah, okay.
That
So-
means I'm only 5 years old.
Yeah,
No.
me too.
So I'm a
We're in
freshman in high
kindergarten.
school again?
I get.
Actually, no, I was
No,
in-
you're in middle school.
I'm in middle school.
Yes.
Cool.
Hey,
Cool.
hey, Baba, welcome
Hey,
to the
Bubba.
party.
Indeed. All right, starting now. Do you think you're ready for finals, Paul?
Ready enough. You?
I think so. Though I think the assembly language class I'm going to have to. Though I think the assembly language class I have, I'm going to have to retake.
Bummer. Yet you'd rather come here to the Satellite Student Union to play Metal Slug 2 rather than study?
Yeah, I'm going to cut my losses.
Okay, I ain't your papa.
Besides, maybe playing this game will give us content to discuss someday. Let me do that again. Besides, maybe
Commissioner
playing
Gordon
this.
wants you to do it again, too.
What?
I said Commissioner Gordon wants you to do it again, too.
I didn't buzz. That wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I said it's Commissioner Gordon.
Besides, maybe you can mock me in the future sometime.
Yeah, like I'm mocking you. I ain't your papa. That's not my line. That's your line.
No, you
I'm
say that all
mocking
the
you.
time. No, you say it all the time to me.
That's because that's your line.
Besides, maybe playing this game will give us content to discuss someday if we ever start a show.
What are you talking about? Like something for MySpace?
No, like episode 322 of the Retro Rewind podcast.
Mission 1, start!
Retro systems online. Reflux capacitor fluxing. Scanning room space-time for Metal Slug 2, 1998. Rewinding in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, Rewinders and new listeners, to the Retro Rewind podcast, where we take a fresh look at movies and games from 15 or more years ago. I'm your captain of the pod, Francisco Ruiz, and I'm joined by your XO and mine, Paul, the metalhead, PaulJPowers.com Powers.
Mega high.
Mega low? I don't know. Is that a Power Rangers reference? The Mega High?
No, it's Mega Man. It's from Captain N, the Game Master. It's the intro, the theme
I
song.
think
Mega Man pops up and he says, Mega high.
I swear I ask you that every time and I always forget. But thank you for re-educating me, Paul. Also,
Yes.
for this discussion of the game, which is a patron pick of Q, which thank you so much. He wasn't able to make it this time, but thank you for picking this game.
He's
We
out pestering Picard right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, in his stead, we are glad to have variety streamer and content creator Aki. Hey, Aki.
Hello.
Hello.
It's
Welcome
me.
back.
I'm Aki.
Yes,
Thank
welcome
you.
back indeed.
Good to be back.
Yay. And in addition, we are glad to also have back aboard our administration officer of the pod, Ashley Ruiz. Hey, Ashley.
Aloha all.
Hola. Or
Hola.
aloha. I'm not
Hola
sure.
a todos.
She's saying
Porque no
goodbye.
las dos.
And now that you have a quick overview of the production specs, nope, Edna mode.
It begins.
Now
It
that
would
you
begun already. Sorry, as you were, Captain.
And now that you have a quick flyby of who we are, Paul, can you give us a quick overview of the production specs for Metal Slug 2?
Sure thing. Mega Man X2
No,
was released
no,
December
no,
6th.
no, no,
What?
no.
What?
Metal Slug 2.
Oh, well, he's a metal man. Are you
not
kidding
wrong.
me?
You were
It's
so
not
right.
wrong.
Brought to my attention yesterday!
That would've
It's the
been a
second
good game.
one.
Yes, the second one. Not the sixth one, not Tactics, not all the other ones.
Battle Network.
Number 2.
X2.
Not X2.
XX.
No, not X, not Metal Slug X, just Metal Slug 2.
All right. This patron pick, Metal Slug 2, was released 1998, sometime in that year.
Exactly.
On the Neo Geo MVS arcade. That runs an hour average to beat and is rated
Pause. Paul, you're like
I'm
really
sorry.
hot all of a sudden. and
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure
yeah.
why. Okay.
I got leaned in. Hold on,
Okay.
hold
He
on.
got excited. He got into it. He
Yeah,
was like,
I got
I'm
into
here.
this.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
Okay, just take it from the top of the specs, please.
All right. Mega Man X2 was released in December
No,
of
not dang it, Paul, not that.
you said to the top.
Oh, Okay, sorry. Top. I'm ready for the skit. Yeah, ready. Are you?
Oh my god.
Listo.
Paul, can you just
Yeah.
start from the Metal Slug specs?
Metal Slug. Okay. All right. Metal Slug 2 was released 1998, sometime in that year on the Neo Geo MVS Arcade X, according to the notes, whatever that means.
I think it's like the board or something, but yeah, the arcade cabinet. Yeah.
Or it's a typo. We don't know. It runs an hour and average to beat. It's rated T for teens and is designed by Meher.
Yeah, I don't know why. This is all from Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt.
Meher. Meher.
Meher, yes.
All right. It was programmed by Kenji Ando, Shinichi Hamada, and Hirokun. No last name. You are Hirokun.
Sounds
Or
like
maybe that is your last
almost
name.
sounds like a hurricane.
It does, yeah.
Could be.
Hirokun Fire. Okay, with artists Akio Oyabu and Cannon and Fukunishi. And the music was composed by Takushi Hayamuda.
You did a pretty good job there, Paul. Well done.
I'm
Those
getting
are some
better.
difficult names.
Oh my gosh.
Are you ready for the box office trivia?
I mean, I doubt there's a box office for this, but yes, I am ready. Aki and Ashley, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Great. And anyone in chat is welcome to join as well. Go for it, Paul.
Okay, the budget and earnings for Metal Slug 2 cannot be substantiated since precise records were not kept after Mad Dog Tannen shot a newspaper editor who printed an unfavorable story about him in 1884. That's why we can't find anything.
Aw, darn.
But given this fact, this game has been reviewed by others and given a rating. So, out of 100%, what rating did Metal Slug 2 receive from GameSpot?
Huh, interesting. Okay.
GameSpot.
I'm sorry, out of how many? 5?
100%.
100%. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Ashley, what percentage do you guess?
I'm feeling lucky. Let's go with 86.
86. All right. How about you, Aki? How many do you think?
I'll give it 78.
78. All right. Then in chat, we have Bobo guesses 83. And I think that's all I'm seeing, I believe. Yes. So, and then for me, I'm going to guess. Oh, and B. Greer guesses 70. All right. I'm going to guess, I'm going to be a little bit more
Conservative? Cheating?
well, no, I'm just going to go with my
Ooh.
birthday, 81.
I got a couple guesses on my side.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Polluted with 72 and Dead Kev with 92.
92.
That's pretty
All right.
generous.
All right. Well, Paul,
All right.
what's it end up being?
So, according to Wikipedia, which you could change right now before I read this if you're fast enough, GameSpot rated Metal Slug 2 an 82%.
Oh, okay.
So
I
we
think-
have a tie.
Oh yeah, who guessed 83? Me and Bobo are tied. Yes. So
Okay.
So you can share the winnings on that. Congrats
Nice.
to you both.
I
Nice.
I guess I'll share it with
I
Bobo.
was so close.
You were very close.
Boo. This is what happens when you bet on yourself.
Oh, you went with your age too.
I
just
undershot it
realized
a little bit.
I mean, I usually go with if I'm feeling optimistic about something, I go with the year that I was born. If I'm feeling pessimistic, I usually go with my age.
Yes, you were very close, K-Man. I think you guessed 80, I think it was, but yeah,
A
well,
lot of good guesses.
yes. And thank you for those factoids, Paul. And let's see if any of them factor into our memory mind meld or subsequent roundtable discussion, which we'll get into once Alice has located our target game.
Alert. Target located. Spoilers incoming. Establishing analysis vector.
All right, and we do not have an official TV spot, so we're just going to go right into our memory mind meld synopsis for Metal Slug 2. Not Mega Man X2, not Metal Slug
Well, he's made a
Tactics.
metal. There's a 2. There's X.
Such a good game, also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Love me
know,
some
you know what
Nightmare.
else is partially metal and partly real? Silverhawks. Anyway,
They need
Tally
a better songwriter.
wings of silver, nerves of... Okay, let's not get into it. Francisco, focus, bring it back. What we remember about Metal Slug 2 is, for the story, we are part of the Delta SEAL mercenary force fighting Arab Nazis that teamed up with invading aliens. Or was that a different Metal Slug? Yeah. For the game,
that sounds right.
for the game mechanics, we remembered arcade-style shoot-'em-up side-scroller with jump, shoot, and upgrade weapons. No, this isn't a Contra ripoff. Not at all. And in terms of multiplayer, if you are able, you can have up to 4 players simultaneously. Paul and me playing this together in the Satellite Student Union and maybe getting to the train stage one time. Yeah, that sounds about right. But based
I
on
remember
those...
getting there several times because I enjoyed eating all the food and getting fat.
Oh, that's right. Yes. All right. Well, based on those memories, as flawed as they... I mean, I don't remember weapon upgrades per se. I guess you mean like the different abilities, but...
Heavy machine gun.
Yeah, I don't consider that an upgrade, though, because you
That
can't,
is
like...
an upgrade,
is
sir.
Yeah, but you don't like upgrade it several times in a row, like Heavy Machine Gun 1, Heavy Machine Gun
Heavy
2.
machine gun.
Just playing it multiple
Heavy
times.
machine gun. Okay.
Still better than your base gun. Jeez.
When you pick up a second heavy machine gun, technically it just gives you more ammo for the first
Right.
heavy machine
Exactly.
gun.
That's correct.
So that's why I
Yeah.
fine. You know what? Apparently my memories are flawed, or you could say they were decepted. But based on those memories, as flawed as they were, what rating did they lead you to predict for this game before you played it, either for the first time or replayed it? And why don't you, before you give us your rating, tell us when the first time you played this game was. Let's start with Aki this time. What was your first?
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So my first playthrough of Metal Gear Slug 2 was today.
Oh, really?
Fun fact.
Okay.
Preparing for this podcast. Yes. So I
Wow.
actually played Metal Gear Slug 3 back
So
in the
you
day.
keep saying Metal
which is-
Gear Slug? I think you mean
Sorry,
Metal
I
Slug.
know. I keep injecting it. It's because I have Metal Gear literally right
Oh,
here
okay.
sitting beside me. So I'm like, I keep accidentally injecting it. So Metal Slug 3 was the one I had originally played back in the day. And I have fond memories of that game. Absolutely fantastic. I thought this one was going to be, I would have put it, 85, 90 probably before playing it today. And then I played it today, and it's got some rough patches. That train section you were talking about specifically, that one, I got there and I was like,
we'll get into that stuff here in a second.
yeah.
But that was your first time playing today. And so what was your prediction though before you played it?
I was thinking probably like an 85, 86, probably.
In
would've
terms
been where I
of
would've rated
classic, nostalgic, or tragic. So would that
it. Oh,
put
God,
you-
yeah.
It would.
Definitely nostalgic.
Nostalgic.
For sure.
85 is a
Absolutely.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
B
Yes.
plus.
Yeah.
Solid.
How about you, Ashley? First time you played it and your prediction.
Well, very similar to Aki. Today wasn't the first time I played it, but the first time I played it was probably with you about a few weeks ago. And then we played on your stream, and then we played again on April Fool's Day just as a joke.
Yes.
But just based, even before I played the game, it just seemed like it was going to be nostalgic just based on the hype that people have for it, and it's regarded generally fairly well. So nostalgic for me.
Awesome. Did you know that it got 80, 81,
82.
82 on Game Informer?
No idea, because
Yeah.
this wouldn't have been a type of game that I would have played. And I didn't frequent arcades in 1998. That was the year I turned 12.
That sounds like the perfect time to frequent
I
arcades.
was about to
I was gonna
say.
say no. I was in 1998. I was playing Pokemon on my Game Boy Pocket.
I mean, that's solid. That's
fair.
solid.
That was the only game I
Also
was
fair.
probably playing in
That's fair.
1998 because Roller Coaster Tycoon hadn't been released yet.
Nice. All right, let's
man,
go
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
to Paul. When did you first play this, and what was your prediction?
I played this in the arcades, enjoyed it then, and I played it a couple times throughout the years in different ports since then. Not much, but I predicted this would be a classic. It's been a few years since I played it, and I was hoping it would hold up, so I predicted classic.
Awesome. And similar to Paul, the first time I remember playing this was in the Cal State Northridge, Satellite State Union. They had a couple arcades, and this was one of them. And I remember playing with Paul. Or I don't know if we played for the first time I ever played it, or I played it on my own. But that's when I first remember it. And I've always enjoyed this game. I got a version of it when it came out in Humble Bundle not too long ago. So I predicted classic. And fun fact, this was technically the first game I ever streamed when I started streaming. So
Oh wow,
back on
That's
the
a neat,
YouTube
neat little trivia nugget.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, classic.
Okay, now cue the music and that star thing.
That's right.
Well, that's great. What the? Oh, okay.
Come
sorry.
on, transition.
Etna mode.
Got this.
Brain re-engage.
Do you need to turn it off and turn it back on?
Yeah, maybe. Yes. IT crowd.
It was an ADHD derail, and the train just kept going on down the tracks and left him behind at the station.
Oh, so
It'll be
there.
great.
In there.
It'll be great to see if those predictions pan out. But now it's time to get into the things we liked most about Metal Slug 2. So Alice, cue that up for us.
Best bits.
Right, our best bits of Metal Slug 2. And let's start with Ashley. What's one thing you really liked about this game?
Oh man, where do I even start? Can I just say how much I really enjoyed the different vehicles in this game?
Oh, really? Okay.
I really adored the camel. I thought that was so cool that you
Yeah.
had like this gun on this camel and it would just keep going and then it just stopped and started drinking water. That was really cool. I really liked the little Slugnoid and the flyer and the original, the SV001, the original Metal Slug. I looked it up. I wanted to know what it was called.
Yes.
But it was just
Wow.
cool seeing all these little just vehicles and how they were integrated into the levels. But my favorite is the camel. The camel takes the cake.
I
It
do think
is
that
fun.
that was pretty
It's
ingenious.
multi-directional. The firing. Yeah, it's a
and
good one.
It's on a camel, and that
Yeah.
camel's adorable.
Yeah.
Pretty ingenious mounting your heavy machine gun or turret or whatever on a camel.
Yeah, why
so-
not make an animal, a beast of burden,
Exactly.
a weapon?
Yes.
Add it to your
Instead of
arsenal.
the machine gun, I don't know. It had like blue bullets, right? So it was almost
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a laser cannon
Okay,
or something.
all the bullets in this
Yeah.
were flashing colored orbs.
Yeah,
That is true. That is true. It is true.
Not
That's
that
true.
big. Yeah.
but it was definitely a colorful.
But okay, so that's some you liked with the vehicles, especially the camel.
Yep.
Aki, was the camel a highlight for you, or what was something that you liked about this game?
I like the camel. I like the weapon variety. I thought it was really fun to pick up a different weapon every time, especially like as you got into the later stages and you got some different weaponry. Like the first time I got the laser, I was like,
Yes.
this thing's awesome.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Right?
So,
But,
yeah,
oh, you like
definitely
the laser?
Yeah, I like the laser a
Oh,
lot. I
interesting.
hated that I got hit so hard immediately after picking it up, but I really
Yeah.
liked getting the laser because it was a neat little upgrade. I was like, it's so flashy. It's fun.
Was it an upgrade? I didn't see a notice like it didn't do like that much more damage than like a heavy machine gun or
It
something.
felt like
I-
it did, but I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
I
it's
didn't
because
like
had
like
it
you.
for,
I didn't live long enough to really experience.
I had it for like
Say.
5.5 seconds. I was like, that's so cool. And now it's gone. Maybe it's just the short livedness of the laser that made me
Maybe,
appreciate it
yeah.
so much more.
'Cause you get that when those zombie things
Yeah.
are falling from the roof, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just real quick. What is your favorite weapon from this? I think for me, it was the flamethrower.
Stealing it out of my mouth.
Flamethrower for you, Ashley?
Flamethrower. That
Yes.
sucker was so fun to
Yes.
watch on screen.
How about
You know, I
you,
feel
Aki.
so traditional. I had the heavy machine gun, I
Heavy
think.
machine
Yeah,
is my
that's what I
favorite, yeah.
picked.
Oh, okay.
Heavy machine gun.
Yeah, just because it fires like, yeah, keep those bullets coming.
Yeah.
Like-
And nothing can touch me.
Yeah. It had the most staying power, didn't it?
Yes. It,
yeah.
And,
Absolutely.
and like y'all were
Probably
saying,
because it's the one you got the most.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
said like if you refilled it, it actually replenished the bullets from your first upgrade, so it could hypothetically last a lot longer than any of those other weapons upgrades.
Yeah. Bobo enjoys throwing flame on people. That's good. Bobo.
Flamethrowers are valid.
Okay, so let's get to Aki. You like all the weapons upgrades, even though I don't consider them upgrades. I just consider them extra weapons. But
Sure.
don't have a machine gun me again, Paul.
Okay.
It didn't have a machine gun you.
Paul, what's something you liked about Metal Slug 2?
this leads into my like. Well, I'll start off with my like. I enjoyed the unlimited lives that I had because I played this on the Steam version on the PC. I'm curious, like if this was an arcade, I definitely would not have made it as far because my quarters would have ran out.
Yeah.
But I'm curious how what did you play this on?
Ooh.
I also played this on Steam.
That, and that's how me and Ashley played it as well, is the Steam version.
Okay, cool.
When I was playing it, I imagined every time I got a continue, I was like, "Oh, that's a quarter."
Yep.
That's a quarter.
I kept hoping, like, oh, all right, I hope this is not my last continue. So some games they limited the number of continues you have, and so I really appreciated that this port did not do that.
Did you guys track how many continues it took? I assume we all beat the game. I think Aki, you even said you did.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I'll share my number.
Too many.
I'll share my number because
Sure.
I have no shame.
What was your number?
The first time we played this, I had 33 continues.
That's how many I had.
Yeah,
exactly 33.
So if you figure, okay, you get 3 lives per continue.
That's
99 lives, and you spent. Technically speaking, if we were thinking of it in quarters, we spent like $21.75.
It was $31.
31? Oh my gosh, that makes it sound even worse. 31.
And the game is an hour to beat.
Something, yeah.
We
$21 for an hour of entertainment. That's not bad, actually.
I beat it in about a half hour myself.
Well, okay, then I guess you're
no. I'm just
a speedrunner.
Yeah, speedrunner.
Yeah.
Francisco,
I didn't stick around.
we did it in like an hour and 13 the first time, and then we got it down to 43 minutes. But
nice.
And then continues.
Maybe I didn't keep track well.
I went from 33 continues to like 22, so I did get better.
Oh,
okay,
you
nice.
got better. Good job.
Yeah. Practice really. It's like you remember things after you die so many times at an embarrassing level. You just keep going and like, oh wait, let me do this instead.
It just happens.
Exactly. All right, so that leaves me something that it wasn't an upgrade, it wasn't a weapon, or it wasn't a vehicle, but it was something that I don't think I see in any other games really, and maybe you guys can correct me, but I just adored the different forms your body took. Like if in the mummy stage in level 2, if you got like the gas on you turned into a mummy, and you had different animations. You walked stiff and you jumped like a spring.
That's what they're officially called on the wiki.
Yeah, and then the one where you eat too much and you become this blimpo guy. I just thought
that was hilarious.
Yeah,
I did like that.
It's just so, and that's not something you have to add to a game like this, but it just adds so much flavor and so much character that I just really got a kick out of that. So that was my first like.
Yeah, it's definitely not a requirement in the game, but I think it makes it that much better.
Yeah. It's like another level of polish almost.
Yeah.
Let's see, Aki, why don't you polish off another like, because that's a good transition.
Polish off another leg.
Well executed, husband.
One way to phrase it.
I was wondering what you pulled it off. Congrats.
Something I appreciate, games back in the day, it used to be big about collecting items, whether that was coins in Mario or different things in different games, right? So I appreciated like the variety of the items that you would collect, how it changed as you went through the game, right? Like it started off.
You were collecting POWs.
Well, you're collecting POWs, but you're also collecting like gems, for example, in the mummy level and stuff, and then in food, and that turns you into big old whatever. And did you notice that when you died and you're transformed like that, you pop like a balloon?
Yes.
But the variety of loot was really, really neat, and just kind of it gave each mission its own unique kind of personality.
Yes,
which I thought was kind of cool.
Absolutely. One more thing about the blimpo form: your bullets and your rockets, all your projectiles are also fat, which is just a fun touch.
Might be slower, but
yeah, exactly. Ashley, what was another fun touch for you in this game?
I loved that this game had just such such a wide variety of characters, from your POWs to your main characters that you could play as, to the different enemies that you had. I thought it was a good representation of characters that you could choose from instead of just having like one token female. It was nice to have a mixed roster where if you wanted to be blonde or you wanted to be a brunette, or if you wanted to be the guy with a really big chin, if you were having a moment like that, you could select different characters.
The Jay Leno.
Yeah, the Jay Leno with a gun.
Right.
The Jay Leno running gun. But you just had so many different visualizations of all these different characters, from your main cast to your enemies. The POWs, they all looked the same, but it was cool that you had such a variety of characters throughout the game, from your enemies to your main cast, and it was just cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So the variety of enemies and all the characters. Paul, was the variety, I mean, it was a lot of the same thing.
The variety
throughout.
of characters, goes into my next like, and that is the character designs and the overall aesthetics. Like, even the levels, they were intricate. Even the levels, like, playing it made me feel like I'm in an Indiana Jones type of game, going off with the deserts and everything. But I like the cartoony feel of the characters, and
even with all the blood,
world,
it still feels cartoony.
Yeah,
makes me wish one of the characters would have had a whip. Now that you say that,
that would have been cool.
That's giving me Castlevania vibes.
There you go.
Simon Belmont.
Yes.
Bum. Sorry. Anyway,
continue, Paul.
Oh, that was.
That was it. Okay.
The design, what do you call the characters design? The aestheticness of the game itself. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that goes right into my next before we get to classic makers, and that's all the little touches that they put in this game that were so delightful. Whether it's when you're going along and you stop firing, and even though, I mean, it's so easy to just want to keep pressing the fire button to just keep shooting, but when you do stop, they'll empty the clip out of their gun and put a new one in. They'll do that. I like that in I think it's the last stage where it's cold, there'll be breath. Yeah. You'll see their breath in the cold.
Yeah. Or they'll even rub themselves a little
bit.
because
they're chilly.
Yeah.
Or if they're over a cliff, they'll do or their eyes will get big. It's just all these little touches, even to have fun ending boss deaths with that one guy that falls in the orca mouth and I mean, and that's to say nothing of all the huge bosses that are way over the top in a very fun and interesting way. But so just all these touches, these little touches that were just so delightful to experience in the game. So that's my last Now let's get to our classic makers for Metal Slug 2, the things we love the most. Ashley, I'm going to start with you. What is it?
Well, funny you should mention all of those details and the level of detail given throughout the game, because that was actually my classic maker.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I just loved the intricacy in the details, from talking about when characters are idling, catching their breath, when you finally beat the boss. The characters that I played as, they jumped up and down and they were super excited. I really even enjoyed how they died. Their death animations were hilarious. You could get electrocuted. You could explode.
You could catch on fire.
You could catch on fire. Just all of these little details are just so fun.
Yeah.
When you're a mummy and you slink down, you're bobbing up and down, and your wrapping is coming undone ever so slightly. Just the level of detail given to the sprites and all the different situations. It's just so good. And it just makes this game it just feels whole.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Absolutely.
And not just full of holes because you're being shot at.
She's not wrong.
Aki, why don't you give us the whole picture of your classic maker?
Well, it's perfect that she actually mentioned that at the end there, because for me, the classic maker is the difficulty and just the brutality and unforgivingness of you cannot be hit. If you get hit, you lose a life. There's just nothing to it. They don't make games like that these days, really anymore. Outside of a few exceptions, you have your Hollow Knights and some of the other more difficult, challenging titles, right? But back in the day, the Contras and all of the old school run and gun kind of side-scrolling shooters, they had that feel, and there's nothing like that in today's gaming industry. So it's really neat to go back and be like, wow, this game is unforgiving, brutal, and just a ton of fun.
Yes.
So cool.
Take my quarters.
Yes.
Okay.
loved the fact that I could choose easy level and not difficult.
Why didn't we do that? Ugh.
Because we want to play.
I played
as
it on
it's
normal.
Meant
Yeah.
to be
The
played.
authentic
Play
experience.
it as the creator intended.
Exactly.
And that's
yes.
how Francisco makes
Yeah.
me play games.
Maybe
No
that's
easy
how I
mode.
beat. That's how I beat the game in a quicker time because there weren't as many enemies to fight
that could
through.
be. Yes, that makes sense, Paul. But
You just
anyway,
outed yourself, Paul.
Was
Yeah.
was that actually the thing you liked the most? Was
No, my classic maker ties into what I said about the character designs. You can have great character designs, but the animation and the way the characters moved through all this, even in the background, it was just very fluid and it matched and it was wonderful. A lot of times you get these clunky animations from these sprites in these games, and this was back before they used computers. Well, they used computers to make it, but it wasn't computer
before
animation.
computers. How'd they make a
Yeah.
game without computers?
No, but the sprite animation was based on drawing. You could tell the way it was animated.
Yes.
It just has that great cartoony feel, and it
Absolutely,
just emphasizes that the quality of it.
Yeah,
It's like Ashley said, if you get a character close to the ledge, it's not like Sonic where he's like stuck in some animation. It's literally like they recover and they're like out of breath because they've scared the poop out of themselves, basically. Like,
yeah,
it's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just gonna add to that I was watching an animated film. I stopped it because it was like it was one of these films from the 70s where it seemed very blatant that they rotoscoped it. I mean, it looked sort of beautiful, but it just wasn't appealing to me. I appreciate so much more because you do I don't know, what is it, Paul? You over exaggerate things in like traditional animation.
The squash and stretch.
The squash and stretches, yeah, which I feel like gives so much more dynamicism, if that's
Sure.
a good word, to animation that we we don't get in live action. So, and you got that in this. So, I
but it
totally
was
agree with
done in a way that is aesthetic. It's not like too much like in the 20s where it's like this rubber hose effect.
Yeah, it's not like Looney Tunes or anything. But
right. But I think this is even better animated than most like say anime that's done today as far as the characters are concerned. The way they move. They're not as stiff and rugged like that we see. And I know they do that, to save money because they gotta
turn these things out. Gosh.
Yeah, exactly. But the animation in this is top notch.
Awesome. Well, for me, my classic maker for Metal Slug 2 is just the overall fun of trying to kill everything without dying. It's tough to do. I wasn't able to do it. Ashley said she did 33 continues. 31?
33.
And I had like
33.
29 or something continues.
You were close, but you fared far better than I did.
So it's not one I would want to play if I'm having to pay for the actual game to play it, but it was
I already paid for it. Come on.
But it's just so much fun. I really enjoyed it overall. Not that it's a classic, not saying that. I'm just saying it was fun to play, and that's my classic maker. So
it's fun for a tragic game.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez. But those are the things we liked about Metal Slug. We should probably talk about the things we didn't like so much. Oh, but wait. I want to share something else I like. And that would be
Okay.
Oh my god. And that would be Junkyard Juggernauts. The king and queen have disappeared. A warlord is enslaving the land, and their only hope is you and the junkyard. Junkyard Juggernauts is a pixel art infused adventure tabletop board game for 1 to 4 players designed by Francisco Ruiz. Hey, that's me! You will play as a Mageneer, drafting cards to build the arms and legs of a magic-fueled mech, aka a Juggernaut, before freeing the land and taking on the warlord. With an expected crowdfunding campaign in 2025, you can stay in the know about all the game updates by signing up to our newsletter at junkyardjuggernauts.com.
That's great, Francisco.
Isn't it though, Paul?
How a juggernaut made from a junkyard would fit into the Metal Slug type of area. But what does Junkyard Juggernauts have to do with the game itself of Metal Slug 2? How was that a like for the game?
I didn't say it was like for a game. It's just something else I liked. I thought we were just sharing things you liked.
Well, of course you like it.
Hey, excuse me, princess.
That's too good.
Okay. You're right though, Paul. Let's get back onto the Metal Slug 2 bandwagon. How about some trivia? Would you like some trivia about Metal Slug 2?
Yes.
Awesome. So, Ashley actually alluded to this earlier, but did you all realize the tank you drive in Metal Slug is known as the SV-001? SV stands for Super Vehicle, which increases the player's offense and considerably adds to their defense. So that's the one time where you can take multiple hits before you die, but eventually the vehicle will explode.
You actually have a health bar.
Yeah, you
it's
have
crazy.
a health bar,
Yeah.
exactly. With
Or
that,
the camel runs away.
That's true. With that all in mind, though, what is your favorite super quote unquote vehicle from a game or a movie? Super meaning here, like it couldn't really exist in real life. You couldn't really have a kit Knight Rider car do the things it does. But like, what would be? Yeah, I guess that's pretty close, honestly. But what would be your super vehicle that you would love to actually, or what's your favorite? I should say. Let's start with Aki.
Gosh, I wanted to go with Knight Rider, but you already said that, so now I feel
No,
like
you
I
can
can't
go
go
with Knight Rider.
No, go for it.
Yeah,
Dude, there was nothing like Kit when I was a kid. Like that was my jam. Like
That's
having a
awesome.
smart car that's just indestructible. That was
Had a great
amazing.
theme song.
Yeah.
Absolutely had a great theme song. I just need his watch that goes with it. I have to have would have to have the watch.
Oh wait, that's not the theme song.
That's
Sorry.
not the theme song. You're this close.
All right, but it's upbeat like that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Ashley, how about you?
Well, I'm not going to pick anything from a TV show.
Okay.
I'm going to go with something that I thought was so cool when it came out. I'm just going to go with the airship Fahrenheit from Final Fantasy X. That
Ooh.
sucker is super cool. And even though, we've got like aircraft carriers, we've got all these things that exist in real life, that thing is massive in the game. And I know we've got a lot of airships across the Final Fantasy universe, but Fahrenheit is pretty darn cool. And I think that would be super cool to see.
Awesome.
Mama
And-
Peach would love that answer so much. She would be so proud.
Very
It's
cool.
in my top 3 favorite games. I still have never beaten it. I own it on pretty much any platform it's ever come out on. I think my goal by the time I'm 40 is to beat that game, just
Wow.
so I
Do
can.
it.
Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, I gotta beat it just so I can just relive that experience because that ship is so awesome.
Just
That's awesome.
make sure you have an entire box of Kleenex when you do. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say.
Awesome. Well, that leaves Paul. What's your favorite super vehicle?
So, for some reason, my mind first went to Wonder Woman's invisible jet, and
Okay.
then it went to the Gunstar from the Last Starfighter, and then Millennium Falcon. But you know what I would like more than any of those
What?
is Doc Brown's time machine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the train or the
yeah.
DeLorean?
No, the DeLorean,
Okay,
baby. Let's
Gotta
hover
have
the
the
craft
DeLorean.
that thing and let's go.
Yes.
Where you're
That's
going, you don't
awesome.
need roads.
Exactly.
That's right.
How about you,
Very
Francisco?
I mean, the Firefly Serenity. I think
Of
that's.
course.
I would love.
Oh,
that.
yes.
Yes.
Would
Then
be
it could
fun
be
to
a
win.
real captain. I mean, I am a real captain.
Self-proclaimed.
Great trivia, Francisco.
Thank you, Paul.
And now that we've all had some trivial fun, let's find out what our one memory that we had from our rad rewinder about Metal Slug 2.
Yes. Cleva Vidal says, "What system are you playing it on? The Switch?"
And that's not even a memory.
And I think we already all said we played this time on the Steam version of it.
Right.
That would actually be a great Switch title. I didn't even know it was available on the Switch. I might have to pick it up
might.
just to have it.
It might
I
be.
don't know. It probably would be something I really would like to get though at some point is Metal Slug Tactics. That looks right up my alley. But
Oh yeah.
all right. Thank you. Thank you, Cleva.
Metal Slug 2 is available on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Is
There
it
you
like
go.
a digital?
I guess if you
download?
don't have a Steam Deck, if you have it on Steam, you have a Steam Deck. That's
Yeah.
basically just as good.
Yeah,
But if you don't have
yeah.
a Steam Deck, you have a Switch. That'd be a great way to play it.
Absolutely.
Got me wondering.
It's digital download, yes.
Of course
Well,
it
yeah, yeah.
is. Yeah.
But it's only $7.99.
That's not bad.
Awesome. Well,
Probably will go on sale at some point too.
we may consider the
That
Steam
may
version-
or be I was about to say that may be a good deal. We'll find out in this next segment.
Oh boy.
Exactly. I mean, maybe there's good reasons not to buy Metal Slug 2. And let's get into those with our dislike section.
Worst woes.
Our worst woes of Metal Slug 2. And let's begin. I'm going to begin with Paul this time. What's something you didn't like about Metal Slug 2?
I know you guys mentioned about the blood being cartoony, but honestly, I would enjoy the game more if it wasn't. I like,
Oh, really?
shoot 'em ups. I like fantasy. I don't like blood everywhere. I don't like that goes against me. I wish there was some games you could turn that off. I couldn't find a setting for it to turn it off, but I think it would be more enjoyable a bit for me if it was less bloody.
Okay, totally fair. Ashley, was that something that you wish could have been turned off, or was something else offensive to you about this game?
Or more bloody? What's the blood level?
It felt like the perfect amount of blood, to be completely honest. I loved all of the effects there. But something that I didn't like, you know how the POWs would give you items? Sometimes they would give you item upgrades, and they would give you other items and whatnot. The thing that I didn't like, I just thought it was just really off and weird. Towards the end of the game, they started giving you like poo. I'm like, why?
What is that?
It's like we just saved your life, and you're literally just taking a dump on me.
Yeah,
this is terrible. How is this gonna help me? It just felt like I just saved your life. You said thank you, and you thanked me with crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
what the crap?
Literally.
One man's crap is another man's manure. You can use that for plants. That's life-giving.
But I'm trying to just run and gun my way through this game. What am I gonna do? It's not like
Treating you like
you
monkeys.
could be like
you're gonna fling poo at your
exactly.
enemies.
Be like the monkey.
If that was
That would
part
be
of the
amazing.
game, yeah. If you could
Give
do
them
that,
all pink eye.
if you could
You
do
turn
that in
into
the
a
game,
monkey
yes,
and start
but
throwing poo.
it's not a mechanic, so it's basically like, oh, thanks for the crap.
Yeah,
thanks a
exactly.
lot.
Yeah.
But you can't
Thanks,
even do
guys.
anything with it. If it had a mechanic, maybe, but or maybe you could like set it on fire and go.
Maybe
Ooh.
that's
Flaming
the POW.
Molotov poop tail.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the POW's way of saying they actually do give a crap.
Oh my.
because they literally did.
Yeah.
They literally did.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Oh, that would be amazing. Turn into monkeys and start flinging poo at the way.
That would have
everybody.
been a cool
Yeah.
little thing transformation.
That happens in future
Yeah.
games.
Oh, that you turn into a monkey.
Yeah, you can turn into
That's
a monkey.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, like Goku. Sorry, spoiler.
Oh my goodness. Let's go
Spoilers. That's older than Metal Slug. Spoilers.
Let's go to Aki next. Spoil us with something you didn't like.
Honestly, I could cared less for the zombie segment in that last tunnel there. It was just weird. It felt really out of
Yes.
place. Like it didn't fit at all with the rest of it. I understood the aliens when we got to the end, but that whole like tunnel full of zombies, like it was just
Yeah.
it was really weird and out of place and
Yeah.
almost unnecessary in a lot of ways.
I
so
feel-
that,
I get that.
I'm sorry, I keep having to clear my throat, guys.
it's okay.
I'm on board with you, Aki. I think not so much because of the zombies, but just because that level felt so long. Just so long, like especially with the trains that you have to shoot and like just button mash to like destroy, and it starts outside, it goes underground. It was just a bit too long, in my opinion. I would have like
Yeah,
appreciated
absolutely.
if it was shorter, either taking out the zombies or taking out something. But yeah,
Even if it was like a shorter transition segment, that just the length of it too. Absolutely, that was a little bit off-putting.
Absolutely. But yeah, and I would agree with you that the zombies didn't fit. Yeah, so that was my first dislike as well. And my second dislike is very much tied to it, so I'm just going to go right into that. And I like you felt like the zombies didn't fit. I didn't feel like the mummy level, as I enjoyed the mummy level. I liked the style of it. It felt Indiana Jones. I liked it all. It just didn't seem to fit in this game where we're working our way through different cities and taking out the different, like whether they're terrorists or pseudo Nazis or aliens. Just like this.
You didn't think the pyramids fit? Is that what I'm hearing?
Pyramids.
You
What
said
was
the pyramids.
Yeah, the pyramids with the mummies.
Like the
that
mummies.
mummy
Yeah, the
stage.
mummies, but that's underground. I don't remember there being pyramids so much.
They walk into a pyramid,
Yeah,
and
we
it's like
walk
through
into
a
a pyramid
pyramid.
at the beginning of that stage. Yeah.
Sorry, I guess
Yeah,
I fell
that's-
asleep. No, I just
Yeah, figures.
This game is anything but slow and boring. How could you fall asleep? Unless the sound of machine gun bullets going off just is a nice dulcet tone and it
yes,
lulls you.
exactly. Yeah, the heavy machine gun just lulls me to sleep.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Doom guy dying. That's what that sounds
Almost,
like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So okay, so that is my two dislikes.
I think that's the guy on fire with the flame.
That sounds about right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
Let's go back to Aki. What's something else you didn't like?
I kind of agree with Paul. The blood felt a little gratuitous at times. It started off, it didn't seem like it was too bad, but especially like in the zombie level specifically, I kind of noticed, I was like, that's kind of gross. And then like with the jellyfish aliens that were like just like vomiting their blood everywhere.
Yeah,
I was
and I
just
was
like,
like,
ugh,
I like seeing all the little worm things still going of their tendrils.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool, but yes,
that was kind
over
of
the
neat,
top.
but they like, even though it was green, like I didn't really mind it at first. I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. It's cool, like almost like a realistic war game. Like, yeah, stuff's bloody and everything. And then it felt like they kind of took it a little bit too far.
That's
almost
got
towards
too
the end,
much.
but,
That's
no.
fair.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Ashley, what do you feel like was too much for you, or too little in Metal Slug 2?
Too much was hearing recycled sound effects because you already talked about
Machine gun.
No, not heavy
Heavy machine gun.
No,
I was
that,
ready for. Here's your chance.
that was perfect. That was perfect. But no.
Okay.
We already talked about how two stages felt out of place.
Yeah.
And those two stages, the mummy level and the level with zombies, I was not a fan of those. And they actually recycled several of the sound effects.
Yeah.
They used that spinning sound when the mummies would like I hated that sound.
Yeah.
And the fact that we had to hear it in not one but two stages with the zombies who were just so gross.
Yeah.
The mummies, they weren't gross. They just, you could kill them very easily and they didn't blow up like the zombies did. But yeah, I didn't like that sound the first time I heard it, nor the second, or all the other times. Ugh.
Totally fair.
Okay.
Paul. Paul, what was just okay, or what was less than okay for you about this game before we get to our tragic news?
It was frustrating that sometimes you think you rescued the POW,
Yeah.
and then you see like, oh wait, I didn't, and he dropped something, and I already moved to the right, and I can't go back and get it. It's like it was frustrating not to be able to go back and get things that were dropped from before.
I get that. Yeah. Or I got frustrated when they'd be up on a ledge and there's no real way for me to jump up to them.
You'd have to go back to the left to jump up to go up there.
Well, okay, but I passed that already. I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. So
Yeah.
you want to go left too. You're like, what is it? Blue Steel? You can't turn left. You can only
Yeah,
turn right.
that sounds about right.
Zoolander.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You're not taking crazy pills.
Oh my!
I thought we
goodness.
left that back in the original Super Mario Brothers where you can't backtrack. Like,
Right.
come on.
Right.
Yeah, apparently not.
Apparently not.
Exactly.
All these beautiful sprites, you run out of memory. We just have to. We can't reload.
You
the
know
old
what?
ones.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
if choosing between the two, I would take the beautiful sprites. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, but let's talk about the thing that was the ugliest part about this game for us. Ashley, what's your tragic maker for Metal Slug 2?
I know we talked about this in the like section about how this game is old school hard because it makes you work for it. I don't like how many times I died. I actually abhor it. I'm okay with dying in a game. I'm fine with that, but I am not used to being punished so severely because it is. Yeah, and I played with female
Your pinky
characters.
toe got
so-
hit by a bullet.
Yeah, they shrieked. They
Yeah.
screamed bloody murder when they died.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it was constantly hearing screaming because I died again and again. In our first playthrough, 99 times I died. The equivalent of dying 99 times.
Yeah.
I don't play games like Elden Ring. I don't play games that are going to punish me and push me
Feel
to the
attacked
limit.
all of a sudden.
I can't. I just can't. I want to be entertained, and I can never imagine going in an arcade and spending buku amounts of money. And obviously, it seems like so often when we get these ports of arcade games, they change so little, and it's just like, it's a great game. Here, just die unlimited times,
Enjoy.
but we're gonna give you unlimited continues
You have
if you want
unlimited
them.
money.
Pretty much. But I am not into like self-punishment. I'm like, no, I like having a game that's fun. But I don't like dying so many times. It's just, I can't, especially in normal mode. I would expect that from like if I was playing a harder mode of a game. But the fact that the entry level of the game is like, oh, congratulations, you died 99 times. Get good.
What is the game like on harder difficulties? Is it just throw more?
We don't
enemies
know.
at
I
you
feel
and
like
bosses
we.
have more health?
feel like
I'm
we
almost
should,
afraid to try.
yeah, because 99 times I died. And I heard those screams every single time. And sometimes it was just easier to die than try to recoup during certain stages. Like when I was a mummy, I'm like, nope, I'm just going to jump off the cliff. It's just
or just take another breath to the face. Like, okay.
Yeah, that I would do that too, because gosh darn it. Sometimes it's like I just felt like I was doomed from the start to die. And I am not a fan of just intense punishment. It's like playing an NES game all over again. But young Ashley would quit games because it was super hard. We made it through, but my gosh, I don't know that I would do that to myself again. Maybe the answer is easy mode. Maybe that was the answer all along.
No, 99 times.
Very fair though, Ashley. And you know what? Mine is related to that, so I'm just gonna go right into my Tragic Maker. And it's that winter level at the end just feels impossible. Like the other levels, I can kind of see how if you get good.
Wait. Are you complaining that the levels got harder and harder up to the end?
No. I'm complaining that the last level, I don't think you can get through it without dying. I feel like all the other levels,
$10 to pass the last level.
I feel like all the other levels, you could skill your way to not dying, or at least not getting a continue. I don't think that's possible in the last level, and I don't like that. I would like to know that if I just practiced hard enough, I could get to that point where I could get through that last level without getting a continue. I just hate that. I don't think that's possible. It's just so much is coming at you that, I mean, I guess it is. It might be possible, but I just don't perceive it. So that's what I don't like about that last level. That's my Tragic Maker. Let's go to Aki. What's the thing you hated most about Metal Slug 2?
Performance issues during critical moments. You're in the middle of a real intense firefight, and all of a sudden the game's running at like 8 FPS. And I'm like, man,
it lags.
Oh wow, forever ago. Even on like a modern, just the modern port, it still is a struggle bus.
Apparently, I heard that if you play Metal Slug X is a remaster almost of this, and it fixes that. But
yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. So it's definitely for. Go ahead.
Sorry, who picked this game? Like, why did they pick X?
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's interesting that there is a remake, and I think that speaks to it was a Tragic Maker, not just for me, but for a lot of people. Obviously, that they were not super happy with how the performance suffered in specific moments.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's funny that you say that though, because I'm of the opinion that I almost like the slowdown because it gives me time to think. Okay, what can I do now?
That's not how everyone plays. That's not how everyone plays. You're the
thoughtful. Flash, and everything slows down.
Yeah, no, and then it catches up.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work because both of yours tie into my Tragic Maker. Because what I hated, especially, there were times where, okay, you could jump and dodge, but other times there's no way to dodge all the bullets coming at you at once.
In that winter level.
Sometimes I wish you could be like Mega Man and defy the laws of physics. And in midair jump, you can change your mind and do the Mario and turn and fall another direction. But no, you are committed to that jump. And so you are committed to dying with those bullets coming at you. And I wonder, Francisco, you said you don't think it's possible. You might be right, but I'd like to think okay, it's like you're punished for going in a certain direction to try to attack the bad guys. So maybe if you try, from different angles at different times, you might be able to find a pattern where you don't get hit. I'm hoping it might take you like, millions of years like Groundhog Day to figure out how to do that. But the fact that you are trapped so many times and you cannot dodge the bullet is just
Can't dodge
it's
the
tragic.
bullet.
The sweet
Yeah.
release of death.
And
Yes.
I'll just say, how dare you, Bobo? He says when it slows down, it gives Francisco time to take a nap mid-game. Thanks.
There you
for
go.
that.
Genius.
And then you play the rest on 2x speed. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay.
Ways to cheat the system by Captain Francisco Ruiz.
This is Metal Slug 2, not Roast Francisco 2. Okay.
That's
Okay.
every episode. You need like 200. Actually, no. It would be the Roast of Francisco 322.
Sorry, Roy.
Hold on. I don't have time to go to it, but name it Roy.
Okay.
All right. Well, now that we've entered all our trajectories into the firing computer, Alice, you have a firing solution for us.
Firing solution complete. Rating salvo armed and ready to fire on your mark.
All right.
All right, time to use our salvo authority.
It's time for the moment of truth. Do we rate Metal Slug 2 a classic? We'd recommend anyone go play this game, whether or not they've played it before. A nostalgic, if you've played it before, yeah, give it a replay. You'll have fun, just reliving all those past play memories. But if you've never played it before, pass this one by. Do something else with your time. Or do we rate it a tragic? It's not worth anyone's time today. If you've never played it before, keep it that way. And if you have played it before, don't sully any good memories you might have of it with a replay. So let's begin with our guests. Aki, what is your final rating for... You had predicted nostalgic. What's your final rating for Metal Slug 2?
Definitely nostalgic. It is unforgiving. It's for gamers of a certain type.
Mm-hmm.
If you have not played this game and you are a modern gamer used to modern accoutrements, you probably won't enjoy this game. Plain and simple. Like,
Okay.
it's fun. It's great, but it's definitely for gamers that enjoy this specific genre of game.
Gotcha. Very fair. All right, Ashley, you had predicted nostalgic as well. Where did it end up for you?
And nostalgic, it so remains. It was a lot of fun for someone who never played this
Daggers
game.
to my heart.
I know
So
it was
disappointed.
It was so close to being a classic husband, so close. But I can't.
But rewind to the tragics and listen.
Yeah, but in good conscience, I can't recommend this to every single person
I
because
can't. I mean, maybe.
I
I'm
might
not there yet.
recommend Metal Slug X more so than Metal Slug 2 just because of the slowdown issues and it being unforgiving, and maybe you play it on easy mode. If it were to give it a classic, it would have so many caveats. I can't because it doesn't have just one asterisk. It would have like 5 of them, and I don't want to unpack all of that, so it's just
Fair.
easier to say it's nostalgic if you... With the caveat, if you like running guns and you're from a certain era, you absolutely play this game. But play X, it's going to be better for you. Fix all of those slowdown issues that all of us saw at least one or more times, probably per stage. And
For your own mental health, play X.
exactly. But if you're not into like 80s, 90s run and gun games, like seriously, just play
Like
Minecraft or something.
Oh my gosh.
Because not everyone wants to be beaten
You know what?
down.
Maybe they should be wanting to be beaten down. Maybe.
I'm just saying, I could never recommend this to our kids. Like that would be so punishing to them. And the younger one would
That's
probably
exactly why they should play it.
throw
That's
it
exactly
down
right.
and be like, I don't want to play. I'm like, but that's what you get when all you play is Minecraft.
All right. Well, we have 2 nostalgics. And I think we go to our reflux capacitors next and combine your votes together, you all who awesomely support the podcast. But it seems like probably none of you have played this game, at least not played it in the past couple of years, and we didn't get any votes on it. So we are still 2 nostalgics. Paul, you had predicted classic. Where did it end up for you?
I agree that there may be some people who don't really enjoy these type of games. Like if you prefer solitaire, or the if you like these like Cooking Mama
Do you
or
like cribbage?
Farmville.
Hey.
Are you a fan of Rook?
Hey, don't insult
Or-
Cooking Mama. That's a classic.
I'm not insulting. There are people that really enjoy those types. That's a different
my
type
wife.
of
I bought her that
mechanism.
for Valentine's Day back in the day.
Right,
She loves
right.
it. Anyway,
But you know what? I'd still recommend those people try this game. It's a classic.
he's a
me.
stalwart defender, man. He's here for it.
Are you a fan
Yeah.
of Sudoku? Try Metal Slug 2.
Exactly.
It might punish you. Oh my gosh.
Just a little bit.
All right, so classic for Paul. For me, I mean, I feel like I've already shown all my cards. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. It is a delight to get to play it with Ashley. Again, it sparked the memories of getting to play with Paul back in the day. So I mean, I gotta rate this classic as well. So I'm
Our nostalgic
Surprising
glasses are
no
on
one.
too tight, and all we see is classic.
because it's a classic
No one's
game.
surprised.
Great graphics, great gameplay, great multiplayer, great level design. I mean, I don't know. But,
Great level of death count.
exactly.
Great memories attached
Dude,
to your
that
first
train
playthroughs.
section.
Okay, that train section is horrible, but everything else.
Train segment's awesome. That's where you fatten up from all the pigs you.
What separates the men from the boys. That's what that segment does.
But
I'll jump off a cliff.
So what we're going to have to do,
Actually,
what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to go to our reflex capacitors again, try to get a vote from them, from someone somewhere. So what I'll do here is record our reactions to it's going to either be nostalgic if we get a nostalgic or a tragic vote, or it'll be a classic if we get a classic vote. So I'm going to record our reactions to both of those, and then I'll just cut in whichever one is the actual one. So we'll start with the classic response first. See, I am so glad our reflex capacitors came through and voted this a classic as well, making me and Paul in the right. Don't you feel good, Paul?
Yeah, they brought their
Heavy machine gun.
They must have, yes.
Indeed.
So
That's
thank
okay.
you guys for helping break this tie. And yeah, it's a classic. The Retro Rewind podcast rates Metal Slug 2 a disputed classic game. We recommend anyone go play this, whether or not you've played it before. All right.
woohoo.
So now we'll do the nostalgic version. And hello, One Food 108, and Bobo and Yoshi, everyone else hanging out, whether you're in Aki stream or here. We're recording two different endings because we don't have a final vote yet. If you want to help contribute to the final vote of these Retro Rewind podcast episodes, go to firejoystudios.com/support, and you can, throw us $5 a month, and
Shameless plug.
you can vote on these
Oh.
movies too.
Hey,
There you
someone's got to vote. We need people.
Exactly.
Someone,
You could
anyone.
be the
Will
one
it be
decider
you?
right now.
Will it be you?
Yeah, will it be you? Exactly. You. Okay, and now we'll do the nostalgic version. All right. Well, yeah. I guess that's a nostalgic from our reflex capacitors. It's not what I would have wanted, but you guys speak and we listen. So thanks to you guys, and adding that with Aki and Ashley's vote, we rate Metal Slug 2. The Retro Rewind podcast rates Metal Slug 2 a disputed nostalgic game. We'd recommend if you've played this.
Okay.
If you've played this before, yeah, pick it up and play again. But if you've never played it before, I don't know. Ashley, what game would you recommend to people who haven't played this before that might still want something like this?
Don't play a run and gun. Go play Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Boy, this is not
There you go.
That game is for everybody. I'm sorry. That game is for
I figured you'd say like Shredder's Revenge or something
no,
like that.
no. It's not. It doesn't give you the same
so
feeling.
that was actually that's where I was gonna go, and I know it's different because it's not quite the quote unquote run and gun, but I was gonna say Turtles in Time. You need something
okay.
maybe a little bit more friendly for the everybody. Go play Turtles in Time. That's great.
I'll go play it on my Super NT or go play Shredder's Revenge.
There you
'cause
go.
We've beaten that game too.
Also great.
Indeed.
Such a good game.
All right. So now it's time to get back to our own time. Good old 20XX.
20XX.
ComSat Online. Awaiting incoming transmissions.
it feels good to be back. But we wouldn't have been able to travel back to 1998 to begin with if it weren't for our amazing reflux capacitors, namely Deborah Powers, Geek Devotions, Drew of the Cellcast, Ashley Reese. Oh, you're right here.
Woohoo!
Kennethan, Fabulous Lomax, That's Our Bobo, D. Tungsten, Daryl Hafner, Cool Deluxe, Dustin, He's a Big Deal, Warford, Flux, Redeemed Otaku, in addition to 2 other awesome patrons as well. Thank you all so much for keeping the gigawatts coming. And if you want to help keep us flying and get bonus content for your generosity, head over to retrorewindpodcast.com/support or firejoystudios.com/subscribe to start.
It's time to support the stream and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of gum. Good thing this stream is sponsored by PaulJPowers.com. Hail to the king, baby.
So, Francisco,
Yes,
are there any ways to support the show without dying so many times by emptying your wallet?
Actually, Paul, yeah, there is. If you probably enjoyed this episode if you made it this far. So if you aren't driving, tap the share icon in your podcast player for this episode and send it to a friend saying, I know you like Metal Slug 2, or I know you like the Metal Slug games, so I thought you'd like this podcast on it.
Cool, and I'll bet they'll thank you for it.
Well, yeah, of course they will.
And speaking of thanking people, we want to give a big Metal Slug hug to Aki and Ashley for supporting us with their thoughts on Metal Slug 2.
Indeed.
And since I like to go in alphabetical order, we'll start with Aki. And so where can people find you online? Is there anything cool you got going on that people should check out?
Sure, absolutely. You guys can find us live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time at twitch.tv/Aki and Fam. Aki and Fam on all the socials. We have some cool stuff coming up. I actually just found out about this last night, so I'll share this here. We have an officially sponsored Destiny 2 event from Bungie. So we're participating. I'm gonna be an official judge for a Destiny 2 competition happening next week, Friday. I think that's April 25th. I got to double check my calendar.
Are you going to rate that nostalgia?
Classic judges.
He's still bitter.
Yeah. So, Ashley, you also voted nostalgic. How can people...
There's a clear division in the room right now.
Right.
Yeah.
How can people find you online? Is what can they what do you got going on that they can check out?
Well, yeah, you can find me on the platform formerly known as Twitter. At Ashley Ruiz 1186. I like to tweet about all things faith and fandom, and sometimes I do post about nostalgic things. Maybe one day I'll tweet about this, but all good.
We'll
find me there. Find my tweets.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Aki and Ashley, and also to Q for having us cover this game, and thank you so much to my awesome friend Paul and all you rewinders, new and old, for another fun voyage. We also want to thank Alutrick for enhancing our music. Find him at alutrick.bandcamp.com or youtube.com/@Alutrick. That's spelled ALLOOUTRICK, then the number 8266 for the YouTube. So thank you so much to him. Indeed. And dang it, that's Paul's line.
You're talking over my line, but that's
Sorry.
okay. You have something important to say.
No,
What's
I
more
don't.
important
I
than,
don't. I just got confused.
What's more important than, PaulJPowers.com? That's me. You can find all my social media links at PaulJPowers.com. You know what's more important? All these other people here. Check them out too.
Indeed. Thank you. Wait. Oh yeah. Jeez, I am just struggling right now.
You're in a lag slowdown like one of those levels.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's good because it's giving me time to think about how I'm going to dodge this bullet.
Catch up.
Okay. And you can find me on our Discord for show announcements or just to say hi. Join us there at retrorewindpodcast.com/Discord. And then I'm going to try some real quick because this is always really low volume and I just realized something. So I'm going to try something and hope it helps. So we'll see here.
Maybe.
Okay.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box, a curated collection of podcasts, videos, and articles that will provide you a balanced meal of content. You will find culture celebrated for its past and future, satirized for its extremes, explored in study, and created anew in story. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
Start! All right, as the announcer just said, we are now part of Culture Box Media Network. Find all the shows unpacking truth through story, comedy, and geekery at culturebox.media.
Thank you, EXO, and thank you all for listening. We pray you are more joyful today than when you first hit play. But like in Pokemon, we gotta catch you all for Superman 2, our next adventure on the
Another sequel
on the Retro Rewind podcast.
Retro Rewind mission complete. Proceed to base to await next mission.
Mission complete!
Nice.
Are you
Thought you were gonna
a
hit us
POW,
with
Paul?
There we go.
My word.
That's great.
Had to bring it full circle.
Exactly.
Yes.
So good.
Awesome. So now we are done with the main show recording. I'm going to be ending my stream. You don't, obviously, Aki, you don't have to end yours, but we're going to be moving into our spiritual speculation segment.
Okay.
This is where we talk about the spiritual themes of Metal Slug 2, if we thought of any. And but before we do that, you can get water. We'll go to the bathroom. I'm going to say bye to all the Retro Rewind podcast people right here. Okay, Paul.
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, then go for
quick
it.
BRB.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's see. So, Bobo, thanks for being here. K-Man. Let's see. One Food.
Oh my gosh, Paul.
Yoshi. J.O. B. Greer.
Everybody.
Yeah. Just thank you all so much for hanging out.
On both streams.
On both
Yeah,
streams, yeah.
absolutely.
It's been fun getting to
I was going to stream on mine, but I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Oh, no.
That's all right.
Mission
We'll try
failed.
next time.
I
Yeah.
will never stream. Mark, I'll probably regret those words.
Never
if I ever
say
do.
I was about to say.
Never say never.
How many drinks do you have, Paul?
It's got at least 2.
2!
2. Okay.
We reviewed Metal Slug 2, so I brought 2 drinks.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Christmas 2.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raid Aki's stream. So
Oh, cool.
We'll just head over there if you're watching. And Bob says, just like there were no slugs in the game.
And they weren't metal. 1 star.
The slugs were the bullets. Oh my gosh. It's very obvi. Jeez.
Oh, is that really? I didn't.
Yes.
I never. How long has this game been out? I never made that connection, or at least I don't remember.
Oh my word. Okay, well now you know, and no one's half the battle. G.I. Joe, who also probably shot Metal Slugs.
You're full of beans, and so's your old man.
I can't believe I thought that was Sandlot. Okay, so we're gonna.
That's
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yes,
That's
they
Sandlot.
sound very similar.
No, not the same though.
Okay, I'm gonna start this raid
As if.
to send you all over to Aki and Fam, who's been
cool.
streaming with
Hey.
us.
All right.
But until next time on the Retro Rewind side, here is your stream face.
If we're being moved over there, aren't we going to still be there or no?
We should
We'll
see.
find out.
Depends if he's showing us or not. I'm not sure
I'm
if
not,
he was.
I haven't looked at the stream to know, so we'll find out.
Retro Rewind is rating with 4. Nope. We'll be right back, screen.
It's all good.
Oh, they still hear.